Hi everyone, just a quick one. I expect many of you know about what happened at Cardiff Pride last Saturday, but for those who don't, here's a quick recap. It's worth mentioning the first lesbian protest at a Pride in this country that I know of was at the London Pride March in 2018. It was a small group of women, most of whom I have the great privilege of knowing personally. They were part of a campaign called Get the L Out, which has since grown and even spread to other countries, so great stuff. They protest against the increasingly anti-lesbian and misogynistic LGBT movement and the erasure of lesbians.
No man can be a lesbian! No man can be a lesbian! No man can be a lesbian! Out of Pride! Get the L out of Pride! Get the L out of Pride! Get the L out of Pride! Women! Lesbian means something! A man who says he's a lesbian is a rapist! Yes! A man who says he's a lesbian is a rapist! A man who says he's a lesbian is a rapist!
Their protest was awesome. I blogged about it. I'll link to that below, and that was followed by other protests by lesbians at Pride event around the country before the pandemic and since. Last Saturday at Cardiff Pride there was another protest by lesbians. Their banners read hashtag "The cotton ceiling is rape," "Trans activism erases lesbians," and "Lesbians don't like penises," "Lesbian not queer," and "Get the L out." And these were the slogans they shouted too. As always happens when women stand against misogyny, they were abused by the misogynists, including the handmaids. And then they were told to leave by police for their own safety, not the people who were abusing them. That's allowed.
Different groups of people,
We're lesbians.
okay?
We're lesbians. It's gay pride.
Whatever you are at the moment
lesbian
is causing confrontation.
I did not want to I went home and I fucking did. You're bullshit. Fuck off.
Safely march yourself.
We don't want to do that. We want to be part
That's
of
your
that.
choice, so what I'm telling you is to make sure it's safe. We are going to remove you from the road, and I want you to do that of your own accord.
I want to make sure I understand that you're removing lesbians from like LGBT march.
Yes, that is what's
doing.
happening.
Okay, why?
For safety. For your safety.
The backlash against the Cardiff police action on social media was impressive, and the police issued a statement, which I won't bother showing you, but I will show you the statement issued later by the protesters. It states that a group of women from Get the L Out, with the support of other groups, including the LGB Alliance Cymru, went to the Pride event in Cardiff to highlight the way lesbians are treated by the LGBT community. I'm guessing that some foreign viewers may not know that Cymru means Wales in Welsh. Sorry if that's patronising. As we arrived, we were told to leave. The police initially agreed to let us march, then claimed we were obstructing the road as an excuse to tell us to leave. We had already agreed to walk ahead of the parade and were not obstructing or slowing the march in any way. The police threatened us with forcible removal and arrest in an attempt to intimidate us. At the same time, we were harassed by trans activists who were becoming increasingly hostile and aggressive. The police failed to protect us from those threats. We were insulted and our banners snatched. The police statement issued earlier is inaccurate. Ultimately, this has proven to be a PR victory for courageous lesbian feminists. I mean, real ones, of course. Same-sex attracted adult females fighting their erasure by heterosexual men who want to get into their knickers and their hateful, disgusting supporters. Pride? My arse. Shame, shame, shame. So, on social media, the treatment of the protesters has been widely and heartily condemned. People are appalled at the sight of lesbians who are defending what it means to be a lesbian being thrown off a Pride march. And on mainstream media, news of what happened spread far and wide, even to other countries, and every report I've seen has been aghast at what happened. Now, a couple of days ago, one of the most bizarre and hilarious things I've ever seen on a TV news programme occurred, courtesy of journalist, commentator and all-round Fruit Loop, Benjamin Butterworth. Here is Belinda Lucy, a former politician. She served as a Brexit Party, boo hiss, member of the European Parliament. And here she is on GB News talking about the so-called progressive left. I have to say, as someone who remains politically left, leaning for reasons of humanity and compassion, that it really annoys me when people use that phrase, progressive left. People who support socialist principles designed to eliminate disadvantage, but who also support the excesses of identity politics, are not progressive. It's the regressive left she's talking about here, and they have abandoned the working class, which is why so many working class people in this country don't vote Labour anymore, and why they can't win an election against the most useless shower of Tory shit ever. Okay.
The progressive left is extremist ideology. It has infiltrated our public sector. We can see how much it's infected our police, that they're removing lesbians from a Pride event for just wanting same-sex relationships. And I think it's a real worry, because the progressive left isn't just about denying reality and peddling lies. It is about, you see for example, paedophiles being called minor attracted people now, to sanitize paedophilia. You get drag queens reading story times to children. This is all progressive liberal left.
So, to be absolutely clear, those Belinda calls the progressive left are about denying reality, peddling lies, and she says you get paedophiles called minor attracted people to sanitize paedophilia. Now, I agree that the term minor attracted people or MAP is atrocious. Its purpose is supposedly to get rid of the stigma the word paedophile rightly carries. I don't know to what extent the regressive left can be blamed for the term, but according to the bit of research I've just done, it is increasingly used in academia, and I would wager those academics who use it are liberal or left-leaning. What Belinda did not state or imply was that gay people or trans-identifying people are paedophiles or support paedophilia or anything of that nature. Now, just listen to Butterworth.
Do about the gay community, we can no longer go to an event like the one that you've just been at because we will be attacked by trans extremists, the nasty, intolerant, puritanical left.
Well, I tell you, it's nasty and intolerant. It's bigoted Belinda, who again just called trans people paedophiles. Why did
What?
you
No,
do
I
that?
didn't.
You're a liar, Belinda.
Liberalising
Why did you just
so
bring
much
paedophiles into debate
progressive.
about trans
I literally said
people?
progressive
But
left.
we're talking about
No.
But we're talking about the puritanical
bigoted
left.
Belinda
Oh
keeps
my
talking
gosh.
about paedophiles when asked about the rights of gay.
No,
trans
that is not
people.
true.
Bigoted
What you do is a total disservice to the trans community, many who just want to get on with their private life, but the
they don't really call
extremists,
pedos
the
by you.
gender...
They call you a bigot
where
for calling trans and gay people paedophiles.
Oh my God!
As any gay person is aware, it is one of the oldest, nastiest slurs to bring paedophilia into our rights.
Benjamin, can
and
I...
that's what she
No, I was
did.
talking-
What has paedophiles got to do with
She's
trans
talking about
people? Because she's a bigot who wants to undermine LGBT people. And that's why she keeps mentioning paedophiles when talking about gay and trans people's rights.
I was
What's that got to do with paedophiles? And you're an intolerant bigot when you say things like that.
Rights, who wouldn't? I support anyone vulnerable.
You just started talking about paedophiles.
And what's to do with the progressive left, which I stand by?
She'll never apologise. Oh, God, you're vile.
I mean, what was he on? He totally lost the plot, made himself look about as irrational, intolerant, bigoted and dishonest as he possibly could, and he made Belinda look fantastic in comparison. Obviously, I've only shown the bits of him behaving like a nutcase, but I urge you to watch the whole segment, which I'll link to below. I have to say, Belinda was really good. Total respect for the Brexiter, and those are not words I am accustomed to saying. Carol Malone, the other woman who is a Conservative journalist, I think she's a columnist in the Daily Express, well, she was great too. What they both did brilliantly in bits I haven't shown was articulate the injustice caused by trans activists to lesbians in general, and in particular to the group at Cardiff, and no doubt help to awaken many more people to that injustice. So thank you, Belinda, thank you, Carol, and especially thank you to Benny Butterballs, or whatever the hell his name is. That's all. See you soon.